Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to start a new series. Yep, you guessed it, we are going to play the Guild 3. And we are going to play the crimiest, most downtrodden character in the game, and that is going to be the Gravedigger. Now, which map are we going to play on? I think we will go with let's go with Paris. That gives us the most opponent dynasties, and yeah, we'll just go with all of the defaults after that. All right. So who is our Gravedigger going to be? I think we will go with this chap here. So we will call him Blaze. Alright, now there we go. So people considered gravediggers as unclean, the bearers of plague. Everyone avoids them and murmurs bad things behind their back. So only outcasts and fallen ones consider becoming gravediggers. Well, there you go. So people might not think too much of us. Now, I like giving my starting characters 4 charisma, just helps them a little bit in getting marriages, and also sort of spreading our influence and reputation. And our main character here, Blaze, he's not really going to be digging graves. We've got minions to do that. So we are going to, I think we will make him more intelligent as well. Right, we'll go with that. Let's see, do we want to change his clothing? I think the cowl looks good for a gravedigger. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now the rogues, generally, if you're starting off on, you know, as a commoner like we are here, is the hardest class in my opinion to play. It's the hardest to make money with at the beginning. Can be really good later on, but yeah, got a bit of a challenge. Haven't played the Gravedigger though, so we will see how that one stacks up. I played the robbers and the minstrels, and both of those are pretty slow, especially the robbers. Takes a little while to load up this game, or to sort of create the world at the beginning. The actual loading from save isn't so bad. Welcome to you. Okay, now first thing you want to do is slow down to slow-mo speed. It's not quite pause, but it's as good as. And then if you click this hammer icon in the bottom right, you can build your first business, which is going to be our graveyard. It'll give you a random name, so if I cancel that, click it again, it'll give me a different name, or you can fill in whatever name you want. Right, so we're going to, I want it near the market, so it's probably as near as I can get. It's not going to fit in there, could fit in down there, but yeah, either of those spots is going to be fine. Alright, so we've got 1750 left. So where is Blaze? So he's here next to his little starting cottage. So we're going to send him back into the cottage. And we're going to enter the cottage, and we are going to make a couple of flower bouquets. And we're going to use these to help us get married. So we just put, yeah, just leave it on production. What you got to remember to do is on the building, click on this assign family member as worker. So he will then enter that building. We just increase time a little bit. Hopefully he will enter the building. There he goes. And he will start making, resume working. Sorry, that's where you got to click that icon there. And he will start making bouquet. We can see there is that icon. Made the first one and he's starting to make the second one. So let's go back into the building. So I'm just going to slow down time again. So we've got 2 bouquets of flowers here. You've got to remember to put them into his inventory. And we will also move the cloth into his inventory as well, because he's going to sell the cloth. Great. So we'll send him to the market, just so that we sell the cloth. Don't forget to do that. Just gives us a little bit of extra money at the beginning. We're not going to use it for anything else. Okay, and then we want to look for a mate. So click on the heart symbol, and these so the first few are going to be characters that are near us, but we really don't care too much about the character. We just care about what they're carrying, because you get the inventory of whoever you marry. So what you really want to do is page down, look for a citizen or a lady squire, you know, some nobility. So that garment there, we could sell for, you know, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000, whatever the unit of currency is in this game. I forget, dinars or who knows. But yeah, for a lot of money. But sometimes they will have stuff in their inventory as well, which can be even better. So we're just going through, seeing what there is. When you do want, obviously, to marry someone who is young and fertile. So if we click in here, so they have a fertility, so this will go down the older they get and the more children they've had. Finally, you know, it's bonus if you get someone with decent stats and excellent genes. All right, so excellent genes is made up, as you can see in the tooltip, of intelligence, strength, and charisma stats. But that is a minor consideration for your first character.
Yes.
Alright, so this one's, yeah, it's just low level stuff. Not too interested in. Again, low level. So probably just going to, oh, I was going to say we'll probably just have the garments, but this one is actually the sort of character we're looking for, because these will sell pretty well. So which was that? Was that Anouk? That was Anouk. Alright, so she's the #1 candidate at the moment. She's a nice age. Let's go just check the rest. Make sure there's no one who's better. That's it. Alright, so we're going to try and marry Anouk. Yeah, that was the one. Alright, so we just confirm and speed up time. And he will go off and find her. She's probably going to be... Alright, so our building's finished, so we just want to slow down, because we need to... So we've got 2,000 gold. We are going to hire 2 workers. Alright, so that's the most that a building by default will be able to support. We then go into the building and turn on automatic production. Alright, so what that's going to do is it will have those 2 workers cycle through, making 10 bone dust, then 10 bone bracelets, then 10 bone glue, and so on. And then once that's finished, it'll loop back. Now you can, so that's the automatic production. Basically, it will just pick everything that can be produced by the building and, you know, put down, say, 10 of them, or however many it decides is appropriate. What you can do is you can modify it. So I could click on this loop production, and then I could say, well, I don't want to make those, I just want to make those 3. However, we're going to go with the default for the moment. And what you want to do is just have a look what the requirements are for a particular production, and make sure it's not something that you need to buy in from the market. So I don't think any of these require anything special. So raw materials 2 bone. Well, we are going to gather bones there. So bone glue, bone dust. We're making both of those. So yeah, so we can just leave that. If something requires an input that you're going to have to buy from somewhere else, then you've got to hire a worker, obviously. Pay for the worker. We want to avoid that if we can. Alright, so once you've done that, final thing is go to your add-ons, and assuming you've got the money, which we have, buy an extra worker slot, and then it will be 1,200 for a second one, which obviously we can't afford at the moment. We're just going to hire a worker. Now you can assign your family members as workers. I don't advise you to do that because they've got better things to do. Alright, so we're just going to leave that to run on its own, whilst also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to assign a shortcut to that. So control number assigns a shortcut. So if I click off it, now if I press number 2, it highlights it. If I move away, double click 2, it will bring me back. Number 1 is automatically set to your cottage, your house. But you can reassign that as well. So when we get a better house in the city, for example, we will change that. Number 2 by default is set to the market, but seeing as our house is right next door to it, we don't really need that. I just like all my buildings to go from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. All right. I'm busy. So let's increase the time again. Hopefully the lady in question isn't too far away. Alright, so you get this pop-up here, which if you click on, you've got an option to choose a different conversational path. So you pick the one that's got the highest percentage chance of succeeding. And if you have it on fast speed, that's going to disappear very quickly. So make sure to slow down when you're having these conversations. Sort of just speed up a little bit in between. Yeah, so she's up for a romance, which is nice. So now we can give her the flowers. So we want to get this bar as close to full as we can before we propose marriage. So giving flowers is a very short action, so it doesn't take very long. Even when you've got the game running slow as we have now. Right, so that's done. That gives us just 30 to the romance. Then what you want to do is pick this compliment. This is going to give a little conversation piece, which allows you to pick the best option. So either of these two would be good. Let's go with the second one. I'll just speed things up a little bit. Yep, she likes that. Okay, so next option you have is this sweet talk. Now, I'm not going to do this one. You pick from the world and just hover it over it. It tells you the percentage chance of success. 78 is actually pretty good. So we could do that. Go on, we will do that. But quite often that'll be pretty low. You know, it'll be 60%. And if it fails, it's just going to, delay your romance. That's actually succeeded, which is good. And then we can propose marriage, and the bar's, almost full, so it's likely to succeed. The only way to tell the percentage chance is pick from the world, so 96%. Yeah. So we're going to ask her to marry us, and that should cut to a church scene. And there we go. It's as simple as that. We are married, and now if I click this plus, I'm going to add Anouk into our party just so I can click on her and manage where she is. If we go back to the house, we want to add her now as a worker into the house. So assign family member as worker, and we want to change what we're doing in here. So here we're going to loop production, and we are going to tell our couple to boast about achievements. And the reason you want to do that is that's going to give us 5 influence. So you see that little 5 with the sort of what's that called? Rosé badge next to it. So that's influence. So this is our influence score here, and we spend influence in various ways as we progress. You need a lot of it. So we're going to have both of our couple spreading influence. When we have children, we will have them going out and play. They make friends. They get a bit of influence as well. So that is enough for there. Right. So Anouk, they're still in the church because time is slowed down. So I want Anouk to go to the local market. She is carrying, I hope she's still carrying, yeah, lots of things that we want to sell.
I'm busy.
Blaze can just go home.
Can't help right now.
Okay, so this is the big market. Alright, so how much are we going to get for 10 parchment? 910 gold. Nice. Paint. Oh, another 1,000 gold. We could sell citizen clothes as well. How much am I going to get for those? I think we'll keep those for the moment. Probably transfer those to Blaze. Anyway, we'll send her home now. So then what you want to do is click on your main character, click on Dynasty and Businesses, and produce offspring. So we need an heir, and we want to get started on that straight away. Now we've got 2,700 gold, so we can come back to our cemetery, and we can. Oh, is that our cemetery? Yeah, it's our cemetery. No, that's the cemetery, but this is the Gravedigger's crypt, which is what we want to go into. Alright, so we are going to buy the 4th worker. you do have some other options in here depending on what the business type is. So you can improve productivity, customer satisfaction. So productivity is, you know, your workers making things. Customer satisfaction is your customers buying your objects from your storefront. So they will come and you know, buy some of our bone rings, for example, and then that will increase our reputation with the person. So that can be good. Buy the extra worker. So we're at max workers now, 4 workers. And we can't build another Gravedigger's crypt because we are at our maximum businesses. Alright, so you're probably asking, how do we get more businesses? Well, you have to progress in rank. So we can spend 1,000 gold and we can become a serf. And that will give us an extra business, so +1 business limit. So those two are canoodling. They have finished canoodling. So then we just want to click resume working.
Here I am.
And resume working. And they're going to go off now and start spreading our influence. Now we may have to hire a transporter here to sell rings. Because the thing is, although some people will buy from our storefront, we produce far more than what you know, we'll be able to sell there. So we need a worker to take, you know, our stone bracelets here and sell them at the market. They sell between 74 and 173, so oh no, that's no, the market will buy it 49 to 115, somewhere between that. Yeah, so we probably want to do that. Work fairly soon. We'll wait till we've got a few more in stock there. So you can set amounts on, you know, how many you want to put in your storefront. So here it's just bone bracelets, and the AI will just maintain 2 in there, which is fine, you know. Family member has leveled up. Okay, so if we click on the little arrow, this is our chance to increase our stats, and because we are just spreading influence, and the way to spread influence is charisma, that's the stat we're going to increase. That's also one of the stats that affects, you know, excellent genes, so double whammy really there. Thinking, let's hire the worker. So, well, we've got 10, yeah, 10 bracelets. So again, you could pick a family member as a worker. But, yeah, we're not going to do that. So if you go to your storage, you know, you can say how many I want to keep, you know, in the business, how many I'm going to let transport sell. So here we've got everything down for selling, which isn't necessarily what we want. So let's just slow down a little bit. So we want to sell stone bracelets. We want to we want to keep the bones, don't we? Yeah, okay, so we've got 40 by default bones. I'm going to increase that. Let's keep 80. 80 bones. Bracelets require bones, bone dust, and bone glue. Okay, so it's just a 1-for-1. Tell you what, why don't we just keep 60 of each then for the moment? And we will, yeah, we'll sell all of the bracelets. So that'll do. Now, when we level up, we'll be able to make other things. So we may need to, yeah, so look at that one there. The skull lamp, that requires 4 bone dust. So we need a lot more bone dust. We need some fish oil, which will our worker, sorry, our transporter can go off and buy that, so that's not a problem. Okay, speed time up again. So we're up to 2,700. So we're going to claim a title. And then we can think about building another business.
I'm here.
Now, some businesses, you know, your workers will go to sleep during the night. But ours still seem to be working away, so that's fine. But if you are playing a business where they go to sleep, there's no point hiring new workers overnight. Alright, we got our really good charisma, useless perception, but yeah, okay. Now, see, you've got 1 heir.
I'm a bit busy right now.
You want to start working on a backup. So let's have them go back to the cottage and do a bit more canoodling.
Not now.
1 o'clock in the morning, and all is well.
So where's a nuke? Nuke's already in. So a nuke, your partner will just automatically, you know, go back to the cottage, and she'll resume, you know, her boasting. Whereas Blaze, because we gave him a direct order, we've got to say go back to resuming work. Okay, so they're off again, and you can confirm if they got pregnant by clicking on the character and go to charisma, because they get a charisma boost when they're producing offspring, +5. So you know she's pregnant. You sometimes get a pop-up as well. Just confirming it. So I like to have 3 children. Feels like, you know, good number. You can go for more than that if you want. Something having more characters later on helps. Alright, let's slow down and build our second business. So this is a map of Paris. So these settlements out here, these are all the villages. So you've got 3 villages sort of on the north side and this one down here, which, so that's where we are. So when you're building, you know, your 2nd, 3rd, 4th businesses, the way I do it is I just put 1 in each of these different villages. So let's start over here. So again, just click one of these icons, double click it, and it'll send you there. We're going to build another Gravedigger's crypt. Less space around here, but we can fit one in there. let's do that. Alright, so we've still got 1,000 left afterward. Okay, so some of our employees are leveling up. I'm just going to set a shortcut for that. So double click to. We want to level up our workers. So the two stats when you've got a building that are producing things, the two stats you want to level up are dexterity and intelligence because they boost production. So if we page down here, I think it tells us production somewhere. Production bonus, productivity. There we are. So levels positively influenced by your level, dexterity, and intelligence. So I'm going to level intelligence because intelligence also increases how fast you get experience. So it makes sense, especially when intelligence is lower than dex, to level that first. I don't know, it doesn't really tell you how much an individual point, so whether going to 5 is better than keeping them both level. Don't really know. I tend to roughly keep them level, but not strictly. So I'm going to go intelligence there still, but the next one I'll probably put into dexterity. Alright, so they're all leveled up. The building has been finished. So we want to hire some workers. Set that to auto. And we've got enough to hire an extra worker. And then by the time they produce something, hopefully we'll have 200 gold and we can hire a transporter. Yeah, there you go. So we could. I'm just going to hire the transporter now, just so I don't forget. Once these workers that produce something, he'll get to work. Not really doing much at the moment. Right, so this is just telling us that there's a long distance trade route. This is something that you can make use of later in the game, but you've got to be a citizen, quite high, quite high level for trade routes. I think yeah, free citizen. You've got to be to go on the trade mission. So can't make use of that until you've done some trade missions, which are some way off. Now I heard a pop-up saying that someone had leveled up. There we go. So compared to the other rogue options of minstrel and robber, I would say this is giving us a steady income. Pretty reasonable. So you want to go rogue. This might be the best way to start. They did bring out a balancing patch a few days ago. Didn't see anything mentioned in the patch notes though about balancing the rogue, robber and minstrels. So it's possible though that they have improved their income since I played them, but I wouldn't bet on it. So we need, what is it, 1400 for the next improvement, to be able to improve it higher. There we go. So we can hire an extra worker. Now the transporters, not really sure which is the best to improve, whether it's dex or strength. I tend to go strength. Don't think it really makes a lot of difference. We're just going to set these same as any other business. Good. Full house, we've got our there. So we need 1500 for the next level. Just click on roguery. So we've got options to upgrade, but we need to be a yeoman before we can unlock the next level. So I could pay 1,000 and open up the option to go minstrel or robber. We don't want to do that. Okay, so we've got our second child. Again, nice charisma, not quite as good as the other one. And we're going to go for
Not now, please.
third child.
Will do. And it
Not now, please. I'm ready.
No, that's not very nice of them. Oh, it doesn't look like she got pregnant this time. So, she's still got a good chance. So we have, there is a cooldown on this producing offspring, so we're going to have to wait for that to expire before we can try again.
I'm ready.
Money's looking pretty good. So we'll need to, and we may as well do it now, claim the next title. Okay, so yeoman. So we're going to unlock Gravedigging 2.
1 o'clock in the morning and all is well.
Let's just slow down a fraction. See what that opens up. Alright, so we can make the skull lamp now. And the skull lamp requires bones, bone dust, and fish oil. Now, we've got a transporter. He will automatically go to the market, wherever is selling the fish oil, and acquire that and bring it back. So, yeah. We don't have to worry about that.
2 o'clock in the morning and all is well.
Scissors. So reputation plays a big part in this game, certainly on how difficult it is. If your reputation tanks, then it gets hard to move up the town council route. And the objective of the game is to become the sovereign. So yeah, you want to spread your reputation if you can, and that's what can make the robber route quite difficult. Because if you start robbing people and your employees getting sent to trial, then your reputation tanks with everyone. And obviously there was the note about the Gravedigger that people look down on you. I think that's probably what we're seeing here, people denouncing us. Someone praised us. So what we want to do, once we've got some money, is losing money at the moment. Once we've got some money, we want to increase the customer satisfaction on our buildings. Level up. I'm going to go intelligence. I think we can send you back.
That won't take long.
Stop clicking on me already.
Can't help that now.
Not
Okay,
now, please.
how did we do that time? Still doesn't look like she's pregnant.
And it probably is a professional seven.
Alright, we're not making much money, so let's just take a peek inside our businesses and see if we can figure out why. So he's heading to market to sell those bone rings. Okay, we've got a couple of skull lamps going to be sold. So I can't see anything fundamentally wrong. So let's just let those tick through. So he's buying the fish oil. So he's spending the money, then he buys the fish oil. All our money disappears in the fish oil. But in theory, it should feed back into producing these skull lamps. But at the moment, yeah, we are struggling a little bit with positive cash. So I want to get 600. I just want 600 gold so I can build this. Increase our customer satisfaction. There we go. Let's get in there. Actually, let's leave the rest for the moment. Let's see how long that stays positive.
Not now, please.
Go on, let's try once more.
That
Can't
won't take
fail
long.
3 times in a row, surely.
I'm busy.
There, she's got pregnant. We got the pop-up.
I really can't get away from it right now.
I don't know if I just miss it sometimes or if it always gives that pop-up, but it doesn't seem to. And there we go, we've got the charisma bonus. Okay. Now, as your children increase in age, you'll eventually be able to. I think once they're 5 years old, you can click on your cottage. When you assign family member, you'll be able to assign them to the cottage, and then they can do all the child actions. So just keep an eye on that. But for the moment, obviously they're a little bit too young still. Alright, we've got 1,000, 1,200. Let's increase customer satisfaction here as well then. Might be worth investing in the productivity. See, but not always save it for the next rank. There we go, third child. I think we'll leave it at that for children. So our money problems seem to be fixed for the moment. I'm going to select the productivity options. Open our buildings. That's 1,200 spent. And it's tempting to save up for the customer satisfaction ones as well. I think we will do that. Just wait until we've got a little bit of a buffer so that we don't cripple our transporters who are buying stuff. That's enough. So, customer satisfaction, there we go. 1,200, that's one building done. Be a while before we can do the second one. Okay, so it looks like the snowstorm has subsided. So you get these occasional storms, they damage your buildings, and if your buildings get too badly damaged, you know, I think that those storms can really... I'm not sure if they can actually destroy your buildings, your businesses, but you can get warnings though. So you just want to come here and click repair building, say how much it's going to cost. We're just going to save our money for the moment because I want to upgrade. So okay, so both buildings now are maxed out on customer satisfaction. Hopefully that's going to help a little bit with reputation. Up. so the next level up. Ooh. So we need to be a squire to get shadowy arts, but then you've got to unlock eliminate someone, and then Baron can kidnap characters. Right, so squire's quite a way off. So this is sort of it for this particular building, really, the Gravedigger. It's a pretty small production chain, you know, but it brings in the money. Not as quick as some of the other buildings and professions, but certainly better than starting as a robber. Probably better than starting as a minstrel. However, starting as a robber and a minstrel, I think, probably lets you get your reputation up higher. Because starting as a robber, you're not actually robbing people, you're just doing jugglery and reading palms. And that gives you reputation bonuses, as does the minstrels, you know, playing music, presenting concerts. But I found when I played the robber especially, very hard to make money. It took a long time to get enough to, you know, get to this second level, and the second level then opens up ambushes, and ambushes can make you a lot of money, but also tank your reputation as well, so you've got to be careful. Right. We're doing pretty well on influence. 1200 is very good. Right, so what you can do is, if you click on social skills here, we can spend 50 influence. That's going to give us a 10% reputation bonus when we gain reputation. So obviously we want to select that. Then as we level up, when we get a citizen, we can spend influence to unlock some more bonuses, and so on down these chains. But you also spend influence, so to become a citizen, costs 250 influence. And then to go into the various office holders, apply for one of these, you've got to be a citizen, but it's also an application fee of so much influence. And to unlock higher level businesses costs influence as well, so you spend a lot of influence. Right, what do we want to spend this on? Intelligence. Intelligence. And we're fine over there. Alright, we are getting some decent money now. That's nice. Why don't we open up a third business? So I think we will go with this village here. We'll let us put one there. Yeah, it's right across from the graveyard.
Midnight and all is well.
So this one we should be able to level up quite a bit from the off. 1,000 gold, so max out the employees. Get the transporter as well while we're at it. It's got 2,200. Let's go with customer satisfaction. Yeah, we'll max out that first. Ooh, well respected, good. So that's in Orleans.
3 o'clock in the morning and all is well. Late?
Yes, all of these people we just hired, they're sleeping. So we could have waited until sort of 6 AM-ish. Ooh. Blaze. Obviously visiting the pub. Please. Yeah, that'll do. You've got a budget book here, which will just give you a nice little overview of you know, how much money your businesses are bringing in, how much they've cost you. The cost includes all those upgrade costs. So what you can do is just slide this over, sort of bring it to, if you just sort of bring it to the last 2 years, which is basically the last, you know, day that you've played. That'll cut off, you know, a lot of your early investment costs and gives you you know, an idea of how much you're making. So we're making about 3,000 a day, roughly. So building the extra business, you know, definitely worth it. So we invest in productivity. So I think all 3 businesses now are upgraded the same. So they're both max customer satisfaction and the first level productivity. I think we're going to leave them at that. Okay, who's leveled up? Ooh, quite a few. So again, we're going predominantly with intelligence. So now we just want to save up to increase our rank. Okay, money's coming in nicely. So let's... Okay, so what does that open up? Nothing that we're going to really make use of at the moment. If we just go back to the cottage though, let's just check. There's nothing we want to do here. So one thing I like to bring in for your children is apologise to neighbours. As we look at the description there, you little rascal, you're always up to no good, so there must be some things you have to apologise to neighbours for. So just saying sorry, this will improve your family's reputation. And as I keep banging on, reputation is everything. Alright, we can probably add... Oh, we've been a bit slow on that. Add our children in with workers, so they'll start doing those child actions now. Getting experience for them as well, which is equally important. Let's just keep those in line. So 4,000 become a citizen. And then that'll open up being able to build buildings in the cities. The city, because there's only one city in this game. If we do that, we then got to consider, well, what are we going to build in the city? So we could unlock this smuggler chain. We could unlock the robber, and then we can build a thieves' den in the city at this level. I think we might start with the smuggler. Okay, so there we go. Let's claim cities entitled. As soon as you do that, have a look. Have a look at the council here and see if there's any open offices that you can apply for. So there'll be a little icon that'll change here. There isn't an example at the moment. Basically, if it's like this, then it's not open for applications at the moment. So I can't apply for that office. But you know, it's sometime soon the option to one of those offices will become vacant, and we can apply. As long as you haven't tanked your reputation. So we've got a few greens. So greens mean, yeah, obviously these people like us. The rest are sort of neutralish. Main thing is that they don't hate us.
3 o'clock in the morning and all is well.
Any want to level up? Good. That's one of the benefits of building something in each of these villages, that's going to increase reputation. So our storefront, people buying from there, it's going to increase reputation. It's one of the benefits of building a business in each of the villages.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, we're going to go with intelligence first. So that was actually our second child leveled up. Our heir hasn't leveled up yet. So we left him, we forgot to, sorry, is it him? Is it her? Martine. We forgot to add her into the house as a worker for a couple of years. So she missed out on a couple of years XP, or sort of effectively a turn's XP. It's a bit of a shame, but not the end of the world. Okay, so we've got a vacant office. I'm just going to slow down. So where was it? Here. All right, informer. So we're going to apply for that. So you've got to tick who you want to apply. Well, Blaze is the only person in our family who can apply at the moment. Spend 85 influence, and as long as another family doesn't apply, we're basically guaranteed that office. So we can see we've got another family already has an office, because we're we're not playing a fast starting profession. It's taken us a little bit longer to get to this stage. Normally you can be first and grab any free ones at the beginning, but yeah, competition has beaten us to one spot, but not to worry, not to worry.
Production has been halted.
Okay, why is that? Family member is leveled up. Let's just quickly have a look in here. Yeah, I'm not going to worry. Okay, so our heir's leveled up. Intelligence. Definitely intelligence. He's not the brightest kid on the block. I do like the charisma. The strength is average. Perception is terrible, but should be okay. Should be okay as an heir. Some main stats are slightly above average. You can change your heir, so if your first child isn't what you want and you have a stellar second child, then yeah, you can go to your family tree. Yeah, so I click on highlight this child there and click appoint heir. That would change the heir. Don't think I want to do that though. So our third child is, we've got the worst stats. So Isaac, so the three I look at are strength, intelligence, and charisma because they affect the excellent genes, and charisma and intelligence just generally, you know, two good stats for gaining influence and gaining XP. So that sort of comes to 11 points if you add those together, and we compare that with Martine. She's got 12, so I think she's still the best of those two, even with, you know, perception at 1. Later on, you want you don't want to tank your dexterity because that's sort of your defense bonus if you get mugged. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. You don't tend to get mugged in the early game, so I don't worry about it as a starting character. This is just a pop-up about our election for office. So that's going to happen on 8 AM tomorrow morning. So we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Alright, we're up to 4,000, and that means we need to think about what we're going to unlock. So 3,500 to unlock the Smuggler. And that's what we're going to do. So if we click on here now, a little build icon. So we need 2,000 for a rum den we can build in the city. So again, we just got to wait for our money to tick over. Someone's building a flour mill. As a citizen, we can also buy a house in the city now if we wanted to. It does give you a few extra perks. You can't buy Patrician's house. So Patrician's house, you've got to be a nobleman. That gives some extra perks. You can just buy a normal house though. Just got to scan around to find one house here. So I could buy that, 2,700. Gives you a few extra options, but nothing that I'm interested in. So I tend to wait until I can buy the Patrician's house. But if you're flush with money, you know, buy a normal citizen's house by all means. Let's go with Dex on it. Sure no one else is leveled up. We'll go with Dex actually on the transporter. Because again, we don't want the transporter getting mugged. Now eventually you can have more of your family applying and getting positions on the council. So you've got to become, I think it's a nobleman. Yeah, a nobleman. You get that nepotism option if you see on that pop-up. Once you have that, then everyone in your family can apply, or every adult in your family can apply for council positions. That's a little way off for us. Alright, we've got enough now to buy the our first city building. So let's find the city. I'm just going to slow down a little bit while we do this. Alright, so we're going to buy a rum den. The rum blossom sounds good. Right, where's the market? I'd like to be close to the market if I can be. So let us build along there. Just less distance for you to travel, for your workers to travel if they need to buy or sell stuff at the market. That's the only reason.
Midnight and all is well.
Let's do that. Find our business now. There we go. Sign a shortcut to it.
1 o'clock in the morning and all is well.
A new building has been built.
Okay, so let's hire a worker. 2 workers, the usual default at the start. Now we've got Smuggler rum, lure people into your rum den. So this action allows you to promote the best rum den in town, your rum den. The people will not only drink, they might also let slip important information you can use for your real business. Please note that this is only effective when your business offers to serve rum to customers. So, smuggle rum. So this is legal at the moment in Paris. That's good. You don't really want to do illegal things for the most part, because that kills your reputation. So, real rum is in great demand but difficult to obtain and also subject to high customs. But you know ways how you can get your hands on rum without paying too much. Alright, so smuggle goods. So this is an option once we level up. That's also legal. Contraband is also legal, but the laws can change. So the office holders can propose law changes, which is a reason to gain the office holders. You know, if there's a law you want to change, it's not suiting you. So even pickpocketing, I mean, that starts off as illegal, but there is an office holder can change that.
2 o'clock in the morning and all is well.
Alright, so we need a transporter, because we need to acquire the rum. Alright, we've got loads of money, so let's upgrade. Alright, so we can only so your city buildings for the most part you can only at the beginning upgrade 1 extra worker, but as you can see we can unlock more later on, but we need higher rank to unlock these. So we're going to get the extra worker. We are going to increase customer satisfaction. Productivity we can't increase because we're not actually producing anything. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. So you can see there are other options for like increasing building security, but we don't need those at the moment. So we're going to hire the extra worker. So we've got 3 workers, let's get the time back running. I think I've got the business limit to have another building. Yes, I could have another one. So there are different districts in the city. So you've got these 4 districts. So we built, yeah, in this yellow district here. So why don't we build another Smuggler's Den in Ile-de-France? Let's pick a different name. Go with that one. Right, it's a little bit tighter, but I've got space there. So assign that to shortcut number 6.
A new building has been finished.
Satisfaction as well. Just afford that. Alright, so we spent all of our money, but we've got 2 rum dens now. Hopefully they're going to perform. We will find out. 5, 6. Let's just pan through our businesses, see who can level up. So Isaac can level up again. We are going to go with intelligence for him. Just panning through our other businesses. Yeah, we've got a level up here. Now, Rum Den. What is going to benefit us the most, I wonder? Thinking, will intimidation be a stat for used, you know, to bring people in? So what was it? Lure people into the den. That sounds like charisma for sure. Maybe, so I'm thinking maybe intimidation, maybe not. I'm not sure. So it's unlikely to be Dex Intelligence because they boost production. Perception is good for some of the thieving skills, but it's hard to tell whether that would affect smuggling. I think we'll just go with charisma. Okay, we're making decent money. What's the next level up? 8,000 for a free citizen. How are we doing? Did we get the office? We did get the office. And we have a vacancy. Now, this requires office level 4 and citizen. We've got office level 4, so yeah, we're going to apply for that.
I'm otherwise engaged.
And we begin to make our way up the ranks. Now you don't strictly need to get someone in this level to progress to this level, because if we click on, say, the Arsenal Master, that requires requires office level 4 and patrician rank. Okay, well we've already got all three of these here are office level 4. Right, office level 4, office level 4. So the only bonus this is giving you is a little bit of extra golden influence per turn, which is insignificant in the scheme of things, but it does open up you know, the lower office and gives you options, you know, on setting laws, sitting on trials. Alright, so election for office, that's just our office that we just applied for. Okay, so law. So writing pamphlets, so this is a law change, writing pamphlets is now illegal. That's not something that we are doing anyway. Martine's leveled up, that's good. Let's carry on buffing intelligence. And got all 3 children now assigned to the house. Again, we forgot the third one. A little bit too long, but 6. Oh, got a level up here. Yeah, we're gonna go with charisma. 1,000. That's looking pretty good. Just gonna use all that money. Let's just wait until we've got a little bit of buffer. What we will do is though, we're going to unlock these social skills. So that's an extra +1 perception for all our family members, a little bit of extra health, productivity, charisma. Alright. So as you unlock these, this is the way you start to buff, you know, the stats on your dynasty. So as you can see here, we're getting another +1 perception, +1 intimidation as we go up in rank and spend influence on these. As you see, the influence cost gets pretty high as you go along. Intelligence. Okay, that's everyone leveled up. Whoa, we're up to 12,000. I don't think yeah, we're at our limit for businesses. Let's just slow down while we consider what we're going to do next. Alright, well, we can claim this title. That's going to open up trade missions. So your main character is the person you send on trade missions. It's under this dynasty and businesses. It costs you a couple of thousand. But as you see there, the reward though is 750 influence. And also you unlock a particular sort of foreign trade route. So let's say we send Blaze to London. So that's what we're going to do. So then, if you have one of those pop-ups where there are, you know, advantageous trading of a particular trade route, you could take advantage of that. but really you're doing it to get that influence bonus early on, at least. Right. Reputation diminished. Luck is on your side. Whoa, 7 gold. And we unlocked an extra title, so we can we unlock? We need to be proficient to get this next level. If, quite tempted to unlock this chain. Get the thieves' den, rather than opening up another smuggler's den. So I think that's what we're going to do. Not going to build any robbers' camps, but I am going to, once we've got a little bit more money, family members leveled up. So, with intelligence. Let's have a look at how our businesses are performing, especially the room dens. The answer is not that great, to be honest. So trading and servicing, yeah, they're not making much money. Basically living on the income from our grave digging sites. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in those smuggling dens. Perhaps if we level up, they will improve. But for the moment, yeah. This transporter. Sorry, I didn't spot this at first, but we actually make the run with this action, and then we effectively sell it, I think, or get customers to come in and consume it with this action. So we have no need for a transporter. So let's how do we fire him? There we go, dismiss employee. Alright, so that'll save us a little bit of money. Let's do the same on the other one. If I can find it. Yeah, when I hired him, I thought that we had to go to market to buy the rum, but of course we don't. We produce it ourselves. So that's going to save us effectively 200 a day. Still not great, but you know, you can lob off 200 from the employee costs. Dubious and covert. Right, show successful. So we are now council assistant. Nice. Right, so these are the laws that we can propose to be changed if we wanted to. Too interested in doing that at the moment. So if we unlock Sleight of Hand, that's going to open up the Thieves' Den. Let's do that. And then I'm going to... Where should we build a Thieves' Den? I suppose which one? I think... Yeah, this is the one that you can change the law for pickpocketing. Would have been nice if we got this position. So 2000 Thieves' Den. I think we will build it in this region. Gloomy Vault, the Lucky Lockpicks.
A new building has been finished.
Okay. Hire some workers. We will... I'm going to just go with dice games at the moment. Just see how much money that will bring in before we do anything illegal. The worker, everything else can stay as it is.
Midnight, and all is well.
Once you do go pickpocketing, then you need a transporter to transport whatever goods you manage to pickpocket. But with dice games, we don't need that. I'm just curious to see what sort of income we will get from that. If we can spot ourselves reasonably on that, then I've got to put you back. Then we can work on changing the pickpocketing law before we do anything illegal. So we've got a level up somewhere. 2 level ups.
Someone has spoken.
3 o'clock in the morning, and all is well.
I'm going to go with perception as well. So I know perception affects thieving skills, and we did see a small bit of sort of roguery income on these buildings. So I'm thinking maybe it has an impact. Which one was this? This is the Thieves Guild, so definitely want perception.
What should we do now? Someone has spoken.
Alright, how are we doing? We can become a patrician. Alright, that's what we want to do. So that's going to... That's just going to give us access to the next council positions. But also it's going to open up, you know, the next block of buildings once we've got some money. So council positions, what have we got? So there's nothing we can apply for at the moment.
I'm ready.
So here's the thief. So there's that chap there. So I'm going to go with perception. Oops.
My blade is wetted.
Alright, so how are we doing? Thieves' Den. 900 so far. Need to check that really at the end of the day. Once it's had a full turn. So I get about 1,000 income return for these room dens. Which, considering we're getting about 3,000 for our grave digging sites, is disappointing. So one can just hope that when we level them up, we get more money. I'll just go with strength. Ah, now our heir has grown up, which means we can marry him off. Now, where is our house? Oh, I've got it selected already. Let's bring him back to the cottage. If we can select him. I'll add him in here so I can select him easily. So he's on his way back. We want him to pick up these flowers. I think we might as well make some more flowers as well. Just use up these flowers we've got in stock.
No, I really can't get away from here right now.
Let's speed things up a little bit.
I'm a bit busy now.
Someone has turned the citizens against you.
Here's a front.
I really can't get away from here right now.
Now you can do romances without the bouquets, and considering how far away it was, an idea to forget picking up these flowers. But oh, what are you doing? No, I want you to.
That won't take long. I'm hurrying.
Okay, it's not going to. Oh, the bouquets have already been made. Very good. Right, so I'll have him carry those. I'm going to get rid of that water. Just have him go to the market, sell the water. Production's been halted. Ooh. That's hardly worth it. Alright, we're going to look for someone for you to marry. Same sort of thing as before. Someone who's got lots of money. Oh, look at that. How... quite old.
You wanted to talk to me? Yes.
With invisibility. Ooh. +2 stealth, but lowers reputation slightly. He's quite well equipped.
Yes. Professional level.
That one's rich.
I know you.
Don't think so. Too old.
It's you. Huh? It's you.
Might just go for the rich one, you know. Actually, what was that? Poison weapon. Okay. Just keep the ones that are too old.
A beautiful day today, isn't it?
The rich one is looking
Oh,
like
it's you.
a candidate at the moment. This one, yeah, this one's rich as well. So, ooh, -4 charisma though. Wow. Plague attire. Okay, so that's giving him -5, so he's +1 charisma. So he's some sort of medic, I guess. Can we sell that? Yeah, so genes aren't very good, mainly because of that -5 charisma, but even default would only be 1 and 2 strength. So that makes that makes Gilbert a little bit disappointing. You can marry other dynasty members, but it's difficult. You've got to do it in sort of trade. Generally, it costs a lot of money, so it's not worth it. So animals, we'll ignore you.
How are you? How are you?
Oh, he's got a horse. Possibility, crap charisma though. But nice intelligence and strength. Excellent genes 9.7. That's reasonable. So who was that? Was that under?
How are you?
Ooh, that's a lot of money. Really bad stats. Still, 8% excellent genes isn't too bad. So that was Frank.
a pleasure.
Okay, so Frank would be rich, and also, who was it up here?
How are you?
I think it was this
You.
guy here. He's also rich. But possibly not as rich as Frank. So what's his stats like? Excellent genes, 30%. Alright, his stats are much better. I think we're going to go for Emmanuel.
How are you?
And while Martin does that, let's just check who needs to level up. So Anouk has leveled up. Ooh. We're never going to level up again, but let's carry on with perception for all of those. Aha, so Martin, you have found your potential bride. You are the only thing of beauty in this world full of evil and ugliness.
I'm busy.
She's not the prettiest lass, is she? Hopefully this gentleman will appreciate her. Be a pleasure for me, my lady. Okay, let's speed things up. Fraction. Alright, so we're off to a good start. Let's go with the conversation.
God himself must have blessed you.
You are my precious stone. Is he going to agree? Your words flatter me. Yeah, he liked that. We're just going to wait for this one to time out rather than going for sweet talk.
It's an inspiration for me. Your example of maybe a better person.
Stick with the middle option. Oh, got a nice amount of money in stock. That's good. Good. This is all going quite well so far. What's our chance of marriage? Oh, 87. Sorry, 79. Let's go with one more conversation.
Midnight, and all is well.
As long as this works, then we should be able to marry. There we go. Alright, so let's do the marriage option. Yeah. I think your money would be very nice.
To join these fine citizens in the most holy of sacraments and in the presence of God.
Let's
Don't disturb me. Cool.
select him, send him to market.
I'm hurrying. Will do.
Come on.
Will do.
Oh, you went. Okay, so horse-drawn cart. Whoa, 14,000. We're rich. think the rest of this we will keep for the moment. I think we will. So Martine, start producing the next generation. And once you're both in the house, I'm going to do some transferring of items. So I'm just going to slow down. So this is Emmanuel. Where's Martine? So that's Martine. So we're going to give her stately garb. She's going to be our head of our dynasty before long. So I'm going to give her all of these shield and yeah, money bag as well. +2 strength. Looks good. I think we'll leave him with that. I want her to have the. In fact, why don't we sell that? Okay. So we need to add him as a worker. So long distance trade to Arkan, which we've got access to. So, excuse me, so we can ignore that. So I can unlock Nobleman, but actually what I want to do is unlock I want to unlock Smuggler. Smuggler 2. Let's have a look what that opens up. Doesn't look like it's opened up anything. Is that because I need to upgrade the building? It is. Alright. Let's kick that off then. Do that on both of our smuggling buildings. And yeah, just get the time running again. Excellent. So we've got next generation coming along. Now we can. I suppose we could just unlock this now. Let's do the also the thieves. Den. Break that. So the thieves den is making more money than the room dens, even when they're restricted just to playing dice games. So our smugglers have leveled up, which means let's see what we can do. So that's unlocked smuggle goods. Thanks for an extensive network of, well, let's say trading partners and the underpaid, and therefore easy to bribe guards and harbour masters. You're able to smuggle various goods into your city. I assume that's what these products are. Yeah. So at this point, we do need a transporter. And he's going to go and take those and sell them at the market. So do the same here. Yeah, we've got various goods coming in. So depending on how lucky you are on what you smuggle in, I suppose that this could become quite profitable. We will see. So level 3 I need to be a squire, and then we can get contraband trade. So let's go to the Thieves Guild, see what we've got there. So break into house, yeah, I don't want to use that, that's illegal. Alright, let's level up. Become a nobleman. That unlocks the patrician's house.
Your tireless life has earned you permission to bear a new title.
Vote on proposal. Alright. So because of our position, we get to vote on this law. So what's this? Where does it tell us what the law is? Public opinion. It's not letting me. Oh, yeah, we've seen that. Veteran pros influence public opinion. Alright, so it's not a law per se, I don't think. I guess this guy's not going to like it if we vote against him. Yeah, so he's not changing the law, he's just doing this influence public opinion action, which I guess raises his influence, you know, opinion of people of him. I'm not going to go with that. We will leave that. Now, we haven't got any office that we can apply for. We haven't got the rank or position to go for this one. So we need one of these offices to open up. Okay, vote on proposal, change city law. Oh, steal from a character. Yeah, I'm going to make that legal. Right, contraband trade is now illegal. That's not good for us. We can get an office in here. We could propose sabotage building. No, it's not sabotage building we want, is it? It's the break into building. So where is that one? break into building. Ah, we could propose that now. Okay, why don't we do that?
Can't help right now.
So where is the option? That was in politics. Propose to change city laws. Whoever chose already made a proposal, you can find. Oh, okay. Yeah, can't do it at the moment. So we've got to wait for this vote to expire, which is going to be pretty soon. 1500, 1600. Yes.
And it probably has reached a new professional level.
I'm here.
Let's go with intelligence. Yep. Okay, that was the influence vote. It's not the one we want just yet. Okay, so stealing is now legal. Does that mean that we can now propose
Clicking on me already.
the law change? Where was that? Diplomacy was under, wasn't it? Propose to change city law. Alright, so I want breaking into buildings to be legal. Can I do more than one? You can? You can. We'll just go with breaking into building. Yeah, because then that will open up this option for our Thieves Guild. So that's going to be 2200 hours. So you don't have to wait too long then for those votes. That's good. Sentence. Oh, that's not something that. Oh, excuse me. My voice is going. Which maybe that's a hint that it might be a good idea to bring this episode to a close. Alright, Blaze, let's put you back. I think we haven't done. Oh, very nice.
I've been busy.
Let's have you child. Okay. One thing I haven't done is repair my buildings. So we're just going to go through each of them and do that. The city ones aren't too bad. So they're pretty new. And then we want also Vision's house. So I think we will go with the one here. Wow, that's expensive. I think they're all the same price here. Alright, so Precision's house, we've all moved there. So Isaac, what do you want? Do you want... Let's just up your strength. This is our old house. We want to... I'm just going to slow down. I'm going to get rid of this. Have we got anyone inside? Yes, we have. That's good. I will just wait for our couple to finish canoodling. Martin, I think your partner is obviously elsewhere.
Your reputation has diminished.
Midnight and all is well.
Okay, there we go. So he must be in. Yeah, so we're going to transfer everything from the house. I want to be carried by our dynasty members, because then we're going to sell this house. Like I said, there's nothing in store. All those actions are complete. Demolish building. Now, if we go to our new townhouse, which is here, we then want to assign family members.
What's up?
Yes?
Okay, that's everyone done, and then we need to set the actions as well. Quite like this read out loud for children. Good XP earner. Do that rather than the other one. Still like the apologise to neighbour. Then we've got public relations. think we will do, yeah, leave it at that.
I'm otherwise engaged. I really can't get away from here right now. I'm a bit busy right now.
So, Isaac's also aged up,
Stop clicking on me already.
so we could
I'm busy.
find a bride for him. Okay, our heir has got a second child coming along, which is nice. So things are looking pretty good. I'm going to stop here though. We've been playing for over 2 hours, so I think that's long enough for the moment. We've made a nice start, you know, so it's certainly viable to start as a Gravedigger, that's for sure. I think the smuggling level 1 is probably something to avoid. Maybe go in with the thieves' den. That has a little bit better income, but again, you might want to just wait until you can unlock the level 2. So level 2, I think I'm going to find that we're making more money now. Thieves' den. So sort of 2,500 almost. This last year. So we could increase the security of our buildings. That would save us paying this protection money. Not sure the dubious and covert actions. Maybe someone's stealing from us. Possibly. But overall, yeah, we're making a little bit more money now. Probably get a better idea, you know, when we've played a few more hours of game time. Not. Yeah. Not. Yeah. I mean, it's not great income. It has to be said. These city buildings at the moment. Once we get the law changed, well, we did get the law changed, didn't we? I think, or breaking into buildings. No, we didn't. We didn't get that to pass. That's a shame. Okay, well, maybe we'll have another go at doing that next in the next episode. If we rank up. Actually, we've got nepotism now, haven't we? So when one of these positions becomes vacant, we could get one of our other family members in here. Then we'd have a majority on the vote, and then we could get that break into building to pass. Or maybe we just decide that we want to branch out into some other businesses. Either way, I'm going to stop here, stop nattering on, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.